Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel is Making with Marilyn. Now I love to wear hats. When I'm out running around, when I just want to put my hair up, I like to wear hats. When I'm riding in the Jeep, I love to wear hats. And so in today's video, I'm going to use a small handheld hat press and I'm going to show you how I made this hat. Now this is made out of glitter HTV and holographic HTV. Now with a different handheld press, I've also made rhinestone hats. Now there's a couple of different types of hat presses. There's your traditional press, kind of like a heat press. It has the lever, you pull it down, it provides the pressure. But some people prefer something smaller. Maybe they don't have enough storage room or they don't have enough space in a craft room or their craft area. And that's where the handheld press comes in. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. If you do, tap the bell, then select the all notification. That way YouTube lets you know anytime I upload new content. Now here's what I'm going to use in today's video. I have a hat that I got off of Temu. I have a Cricut mat, a little braying tool, some scissors. I used my weeding tool already. I have this tiny little Teflon sheet. I just cut down an old sheet. And then I have two pieces to my design. Now the first one says Jeep Hair Don't Care, and I use Caesar Glitter HTV for that. And then I have the top part of a Jeep, and I used a Caesar Holographic Sparkle Vinyl for that. And then the main thing that I wanted to do was open up this box and try out this little hat press. So if you follow me, I have used a combination tumbler and hat press from Enor that I love. Well, they wanted me to try this one out because some people already have tumbler presses. Maybe you don't want to do tumblers. Maybe you don't have a sublimation printer. And so in this box is just the hat press itself. All right, so it looks like they sent a little HTV thing that says hello. I'm not going to use that. It looks like one of the little rubber feet might have fallen off. Okay, so this is a lot like the one that I've already used. And here's where the rubber foot goes. It just pushes down inside there. Okay, so I didn't realize this had three parts. It has the little base, and then it has... Okay, so I'm guessing that this is where you put the hat press while it's warming up. I should have read the instructions. Let me look at this. Okay, so I can tell on there the little hat press is sitting on this base, and then this is the part that you'll use to put your hat on. Let me go ahead and get this plugged in and see if I can't figure out how to operate it. Now before I plug it in, I see it has a high setting, a medium setting, and a low setting, and then here's the power button. So let's just see what temperatures each of those is. Okay, it says the low is 302 Fahrenheit. It also has Celsius. The medium setting, or the middle as they call it, is 338 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the high is 374. But I think for this HTV, I'll probably use the low one. We'll see if that works. I might have to bump it up. Now it also says that this little thing, I just assumed it was a case. It's a hat press form, so some people call these hat hams, I think. No filler came in it. You have to add your own filler. I really don't think I'll be using this, so I'm just going to set that aside. So to get it to come on, you press the power button and you hold it down for a few seconds. When the power comes on, the low lights up. If you want to go to medium, let up on it, push it again. If you want to go to high, let up on it, push it again. But I'm going to go back to low. All right, let's go ahead and put the hat on the base. We'll see how long that takes. There isn't really a temperature gauge on it to show you when it's at certain temperatures. You just have to wait for it to come on. I'm assuming that light will turn green when it's ready. So on the hat, I want to pull this little liner, sweat liner, whatever it is out, and then put my hat down on this base. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the back of it under the base. There we go. Now when you're doing a hat, you have to make your design taking into consideration, is there a middle seam? Do you have these little vent holes? And so that's what I did when I made my design. Here's a little closer look at it. It says Jeep Hair Don't Care. I've already creased the middle. And then I have everything except for the tires of a Jeep. Now I started to design this with tires, but the teeny tiny little treads of the tires, they didn't want to cooperate. They were tiny. So I kind of put this together. I thought it looked good without them. So that's what I'm going with. Now what I did already was I folded this together so that each end came together. That way you can find the center. And then I just made this little crease. Now I have to consider, do I really want it centered? Because I'm going to have this right over here, so this will be offset, or do I want to slightly move this to the left? Not very much, just slightly, so that when you have this, it doesn't look like it's so far off to the right. I actually think I want to keep it fairly centered. I think that looks a little bit better. Now the true center is on that little black left part of the H. I don't want that right on my seam, so I'm going to barely cheat it over to the left. Then the other thing is, on a hat, you want it fairly close to the bill, and so I cut off really close to my design. Okay, so it's going to look about like that. Let me go ahead and put a little bit of heat tape on this just so that I can maneuver it on this press. Now this wouldn't shift much. Okay, it just beeped. It beeped 3 times and now the light is solid. So it's up to temp. But since the back of this is a little bit sticky, you don't need to use too much tape. I'm just going to use a little bit. Now I can tell it is not straight. I'll buy that. So let's put this piece of tape over here and then one more over here. I'm going to do this glitter layer first. Glitter HTV can take quite a bit of heat. And so I'm going to do that layer first. Now here's the wrapper from the black glitter HTV that I'm going to use. Again, it's a Caesar glitter HTV. This is it, just in another color, and I had put a label on it. It says preheat 2 to 3 seconds. I didn't do that. And then it says press at 320 for 15 to 20 seconds, and it's a hot peel. So I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to medium. Then you also want to make sure that the part down here is actually on the base. And I can tell down here, it's really not quite on there. All right, my little heat press is beeping. So I think it's up to medium temperature now. Okay. Alexa, set a timer for 20 seconds.
20 seconds, starting now.
All right, so I'm going to put this down, and then I want to pull on this left side and pull on the right side to try to keep any of those wrinkles away. Now remember, it said it's a hot peel. I'm going to go slowly just in case I missed having good pressure. Okay, so that's coming up. Let me check this side. All right, that side might not have gotten the middle out of that E. This side is staying down. So let me go ahead and focus more over here on this left side. All right, let's try this again. Yep, my tape's getting under there. Just right in this bottom corner, I could see it trying to lift. So I'm going to focus right down there. Now I looked online and I think I misspoke about the name of this. Instead of Caesar Holographic Sparkle Vinyl, it's Caesar Holographic HTV. So I found the instructions, it said 320 for 15 to 20 seconds, and then this is a cold peel. Now just a little bit of heat tape to make sure it stays in place, and then I want to cover over this glitter HTV. I don't know that you have to, but I want to. Alexa, set a timer for 15 seconds.
15 seconds, starting now.
All right, so just like last time, I'm going to put good pressure on this. And unlike last time, I'm going to go ahead and kind of rub this back and forth. Now I'm going to let that cool all the way off, and then we're going to peel it and see how it looks. After I peel everything, this looks really secure now, but I just like to do a final press over the whole thing. All right, that's a little bit warm, but I want to see what this looks like. So let's go ahead and just be really careful when I lift this. That stayed down just fine. Now I can tell from the camera that there is a major glare there. I'll lift it up here in just a minute. Now I like the design and the press did do its job, but let me compare it to the other hat press that I received from them. Now here's the other Enor hat press that I have, and it's part of a combo set that is a tumbler press and hat press together. It's very heavy, it's made of metal, and this base stands up higher. I thought that was a benefit. The press that I showed today, this is plastic. This is mainly plastic. I just like the sturdiness of this one better. And again, if you look from the side, I have the bottom of the feet of this, even with the bottom of this, and if I'm holding that straight, I can't really tell if I am, but it looks like there's at least an inch more space above it, so it's higher off the table. That just made it a little bit easier for me to work with this one. Now this one did its job, so I'm not trying to dissuade you from it. I just want to show you the differences in them and give you my honest opinion on which one I like better. So thanks so much for joining me today, and until my next video, bye-bye. But some people, maybe lack of storage room or lack of